And we're live. So if you listen to our general podcast, then you already know that we're on YouTube. If you don't, if you're just here for the sports, then hey, we're on YouTube.
Yes. So now that we got all the losers out the way, we can get down to some real fucking content. Am I right, boys?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if there's gonna be any women in this side of the podcast. Maybe, perhaps.
There might be.
And if you are here, more power to you. Thank you for tuning in. We are not gonna talk about anything that you might be interested. If you're one of those people that like the general topics and all the random shit that we talk about, this is not the one for you. This is going back to our core of hardcore sports, baby. And we haven't talked sports, I think, in like, I don't know how long it's been. Months.
A long time. Since way before the NBA season ending.
I was just going to say that. I don't even think we did a podcast episode for the restart because I think that's when we were killing it is a strong term. That's kind of patting myself on the back here.
We're doing pretty fucking good.
We were like stringing along like general episodes and people were enjoying it. And so we were like, fuck the sports for now, regardless.
And then sports came back and we were like, you know what? Let's just enjoy it.
Yeah. And
but now I want to talk some shit.
Now I want to talk some shit because our beloved Miami Heat just beat the fucking socks off the Indiana Pacers. I don't think we have sound effects anymore, but if we did, cue the fucking applause and the claps. We don't have shit anymore, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you just fucking ruined that for me. But
eventually,
I'll see what
I could figure out. We fucking beat the bricks off the Pacers.
Damn right.
TJ Warren, trash. I don't care.
He played pretty well.
He played okay. I mean, Jimmy had the clamps on him.
They suck as a whole.
I mean, yeah, I was tired of listening to they don't have Sabonis, they don't have this guy. I don't give a fuck.
Remember,
they're not even. They maybe win one game with Sabonis.
Pacers and what was it? Heat are gonna win the series in 6 or 7. It's gonna be a dogfight.
Yeah.
Please. Embarrassing is what that was. A fucking clean 4-game sweep. Some of the games weren't even fucking close. Duncan Robinson was like irrelevant sometimes, and it didn't fucking matter. I don't even think he was playing in the fourth quarter in most of the games, and we still beat the shit out of them. So even Kendrick fucking Nunn got in on the action. So we're riding pretty high right now. I think people are owning up or like considering the fact that we might be able to put up a fight with the Bucks.
Not might. I need the fucking confidence.
I'm all aboard. I'm all in.
Okay. That's what
I'm all in. I think we do beat the Bucks. I'm gonna give it 7 games, but predictions don't matter. What we're here to talk about today,
baby.
Well, sure, that works too. We are here to talk about how well they played that series and the group as a whole, and how I haven't enjoyed Miami Heat basketball this much since probably. I'll say this: I enjoyed the first Whiteside team. The one that we went to the semifinals against the Raptors. Okay. That was fun because we were pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
And we probably should have won that series, right?
Yeah.
That team was fun. And I also very much enjoyed the 41-41 team that started off like 10-32. That team was fun. That's it for me. Other than that, we're going to go back to like LeBron and Wade type shit. So.
And even then, though, those years were just, it was like expected. So like.
It wasn't as fun. Yeah.
I feel like when the expectations are low, it's way more fun. It's way more enjoyable.
Twitter has been in a fucking frenzy. I think number 1, it's because we were beating the shit out of them. Number 2, the memes are flying left and right, whether it's like Oladipo in a Heat uniform or like all of these things that are coming out about potential landing spots for anyone, quite frankly. Here's something interesting that I thought about, and I want to get your take on this.
Okay.
So, let's say the Heat do beat the Bucks, right, in this series. I think that it might put our chances at signing Giannis at about 0% if we do beat them. And here's why.
I already know the reason, but go ahead.
I think it's gonna come down to like Giannis is a different kind of player, and the European players aren't the same as the Americans, where the Americans are more likely to leave their team or more likely to want to go somewhere specific. I feel like the European guys don't give a fuck. They consider a place home and they kind of just stick there for as long as they can or as long as they're willing to have them. And I don't necessarily think Giannis wants to leave Milwaukee. And I think even less likely he leaves Milwaukee to come to Miami if we beat the shit out of them. And then he leaves in a year or two. It's like, okay, so you did the same thing Kevin Durant did. You got your ass handed to you and you ran to the other team. And I don't think he's wired that way. Not saying Kevin Durant's a bitch. Kevin Durant's a great player. But that was a bitch move, right? Because his team, they had them on the fucking ropes.
Mm.
You had them where you wanted them and you let them off the hook. Shout out to Denny Green. So I feel like if we beat them, tough tits.
I get it.
Tough tits. I don't think we're going to get them anyways.
I honestly don't think we're going to either.
But
as much as I would love to get Giannis, and I do think we will have a chance to get him, Pat's going to get a meeting 100%. The only guy Giannis works out with in the offseason is Bam. I mean, they have the same agent. It's going to happen. We're going to get that meeting. But I don't think we sign him. I brought this up to you, I think it was last week. We're not the best fit for him basketball-wise. Let's be honest.
Nope.
The best fit for him is either Dallas or Golden State.
And if he goes to Golden State, I'm never going to watch another basketball game again.
But that's true, though. Those are the two best fits, and probably the best chances of him actually winning are in those two teams.
I mean...
we're gonna be gross with him, and we're probably gonna win just because Spo's gonna know how to. Spo's gonna know how to manage it. Spo's gonna know how to put the team around.
But those other two teams would be super.
But let's
gross.
be honest.
Yeah,
Luka, Porzingis, and Giannis. That's disgusting, and I don't even have to say it. Steph and Clay.
I mean, I dare say
obvious.
even if you remove Porzingis from that equation, if it's just you tell me, you have Luka and Giannis and a bunch of role players, they probably still win.
At that point, you have two top 5 players in the league together. I
swear that wasn't COVID.
Luka's already right there, borderline top 5 player in the league. So I mean, come on.
But I mean, that was just my thought process. Like as soon as it started to become a very a real chance that we were gonna we could play them and that we could beat them, I started thinking about it and I was like, this kind of fucks up our chances of getting him. Because I feel like for him, because he's we always talked about how he's kind of in the Kobe mold, the Kobe, the Kawhi shit, where they don't really fuck with anyone else.
Yeah.
They care about their team. And like you said, he only works out with Bam, and I don't even know how that happened. I guess because of the agent thing.
Yeah, they have
but he's not super. I mean, he's a nice guy, interviews and shit like that, and he fucks around. But playing wise or
he's not
forming friendships with other players, he's not. So I don't see how we beat the brakes off him, and then the next year he's like, yeah, I want to come play with these guys and beat the shit out of my old team. I don't see it happening.
I can see that. Yeah. But then again, man, he aside just him, let's go back to him leaving the Bucks.
I don't think it happens.
I think it does if they don't win. I think it does. I mean, I think at the end of the day, he just gives a shit about winning, and he's going to go.
I think they have a good team, though. I think they've done everything
they
to get him his team.
They're not. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like they're still missing something. I feel like they're going to do something drastic to keep him. They're going to try to get someone.
Middleton.
Yeah, do something drastic to keep him. To be okay, I don't know what they can do, but do something crazy.
If you're the Bucks, you do whatever it fucking takes.
Oh, of course.
If they ask me to gut the team, if it's Giannis wants to play with him and 10 of the ball boys, you make it happen. It's okay, here you go. That guy's the greatest thing that's ever going to happen to that fucking franchise. They've already gotten cucked several times. They got cucked majorly by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They got to do whatever it takes to keep him. And I think ultimately, he stays, and I think he does win. I just don't know when.
I don't know. I think if he doesn't win now, he's not staying.
How many more years left? One more year after this one?
Yeah. If he doesn't win by the time he's a free agent, nah. He's gone. I think he's gone. There's just no way. I've heard on podcasts people throwing out LA, the Lakers.
Ugh.
Did you see that? I don't think he goes and plays with LeBron. There's no way.
No.
I feel like in his eyes, he feels like he's already better than LeBron, and he's the guy with the crown now. So why would he go play with the guy that's his competition? You get me? For being the best player in the league. I guarantee you that's how he sees it.
Doesn't fit. And it's play with the Clippers. That also doesn't really fit.
Yeah, no.
I would love to. Honestly, I want to see him stay. I don't know. Maybe I'm just soft, but sometimes I feel bad for certain teams.
Course.
Certain franchises. It pains me. I'm like, fuck, I feel sorry for them. How you draft a player, he becomes the best fucking player in the league, and then he leaves you. That shit sucks. It sucks to have them grow up right before your eyes and then fucking leave you right there.
If he stays, obviously it's better for the NBA because everything's just balanced. You get me? Which I think I don't think the NBA wants like the Warriors or the Heat, like this constant domination of one team.
Yeah.
You already know who's gonna be. I mean, even though it's always been like that, you had the Lakers, you had the Spurs.
Like this year, there's a good amount of parity right now because even the teams that were supposed to be, even the teams that were supposed to be head and shoulders above the rest, either they're not meshing well or everyone's playing out of their minds. It's a fucking toss-up right now. I wouldn't be able to tell you who wins.
This is the most even we've seen the league in a long time. And next year, even more so. Next year, the Nets are going to have KD and Kyrie. You assume KD is going to be somewhat of a version of his old self. Kyrie should be Kyrie again. Should.
Does that put more pressure on Giannis to win like this year now? Because it's like, all right, next year you're going to have to deal with KD and Kyrie.
This is his best chance. This is his best chance.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Sure. This is his best chance. And then you have to
imagine. And guess what? He's going to lose in the second round. Tough tits, brother.
You have to imagine that the Celtics are going to get better. They're going to try to do something to get better. The Heat, Pat, I highly doubt Pat is going to stay still and just run it back with the same roster. He's going to find someone. Either he's going to trade someone for someone and just say, fuck Giannis, or he's going to find someone for a 1-year deal and he's going to try to win. So the Heat are probably going to get better. The West...
I mean, the Warriors are going to be right back to
the Warriors are going to be right back. The bottom of the West is getting strong as fuck. Who knows what's going to happen with Zion and the Pelicans when they have him for a full season? The Suns, who knows
the Mavericks, this is a fucking trial run for them.
They're
going to get even better.
The Mavericks are just heating up. They're going to get better. So, I mean, if he wants to win, this is the year. Like, right now.
The Suns. No, right? We're not going that far.
No, the Suns, let's be honest. I mean, they're getting better.
Come on.
They're getting better. No, guy, the Suns... I'm not saying the Suns are going to be out here fucking competing for like the 4 or 5 seed, but the Suns are going to be right back in that 8, 9, 10, 11 spot. Close as fuck. Let's be honest. They are.
Much of an accomplishment? Oh,
congratulations. For the Suns, yeah.
You guys have earned the right to be the 10th
Am I wrong? Seed. Am I wrong for the Suns? Yeah. Guy, no, hold on. Don't disrespect. The 10th seed in the West isn't fucking bad. The West is so stacked that 1 through 12 is close as fuck.
I get it, but is your fucking peak fighting for the scraps in the Western Conference?
When you're the Suns, yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, whatever.
Minnesota, point is, we forgot about them. They're not completely ass. They're somewhat okay. Somewhat.
Sure.
What I'm mentioning is like these are all teams that are going to be competing for that bottom of the West, and the East. We already know it's going to get better because everyone's trying to get better. Like people aren't gonna randomly tank.
Are we completely sure or sold that the Warriors trade the number 2 pick? I feel like everyone's on yes on this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but for what? That's the big question. Who?
The rumor is that every front office thinks that this year's draft is just full of role players.
So they're not gonna be able to trade for shit.
So their thinking is that they trade their picks for already solid role players. I don't think anyone's expecting to get an all-star back.
Why not just take Wiseman?
I don't know.
Roll the dice.
I think
the Warriors haven't had a center.
Would rather have an established guy already, I guess.
Oh, why? Because they have fucking Kevin Looney playing center. He's gonna hold it down for them.
I don't know, man.
Fuck Kevin Looney.
I agree. I think you just take Wiseman, but they're probably gonna trade it.
LaMelo or Edwards at number 1? What's your consensus on that one?
It's probably going to be Edwards.
I mean, I would say that's the correct pick there as well.
Have you heard the rumor that the Pistons want to trade for Lonzo and pair LaMelo and Lonzo in the backcourt? How you feel about that? I'm not against it. I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
That's pretty cool. I think me and you are one of the few people left on the LaMelo's not that bad train.
LaMelo's going to be better than Lonzo.
No, sorry, not LaMelo. Lonzo. I'm still on that train. On the LaMelo's not terrible train.
You can't. He was terrible in the bubble. Let's just put that out there. Yes, he was absolutely ass. But come on, you can't judge him off that. Who knows what he did for those 4 months off?
Are the Pelicans like giving him away in this scenario? Or are they like through with him, or are they getting?
That's
something
the
back?
rumor. Supposedly they just want to trade him. I assume they're gonna get something. I mean, Lonzo, just for his defense itself. I mean, he's clamps.
Where are the Pistons picking? Are they 4?
They're 4, yeah, 4, I believe.
Are they?
Let me confirm, but I'm almost positive.
I feel like they're not though.
No, I'm almost positive they're 4. Let's see here. They are. I'm almost positive they're 4. Oh no, they're 7. My bad. I thought they
Okay,
were 4.
so
Oh, 4's Chicago.
how likely is it that they?
I mean, LaMelo's not gonna drop to 7. They have to go up.
Yeah. So how the fuck do you
LaMelo's not making it past 3, probably. I could see Charlotte taking him. I wouldn't doubt it.
But I mean, if it's like you say, and people aren't sold on this draft, and they think it's like a bunch of like average players, then maybe it won't take much to get up, type shit.
No, probably
Also,
just.
The Spurs picked a terrible year to end back in the lottery.
I mean, but let's be honest. Just for them being in the lottery, Pop is gonna. I guarantee you, Pop gets a top 5 player from this draft, and he's picking at 11.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna go against that. I believe it too. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I don't know what the Pistons would do to get that, to make it happen. That feels very far fetched.
That's the thing. Like when I'm hearing about like the draft and people trying to trade their picks, it's like, okay, so if this is, everyone knows this is a weak draft. So what would it cost to get to take someone's pick? Like if I wanted, I don't know, the number 4 pick from Chicago or something, what would I have to give them? That's what I'm wondering. Like what are they expecting? They can't expect me to give them like Zach LaVine, right? I mean, or like, you get me? Like so a player like that, like a borderline all-star, they can't expect a player like that back. I would assume.
Not in this draft. I don't think so. Is Zach LaVine on the market?
I doubt it.
Are they trying to trade him?
I doubt it, right?
I mean, they fired Boylan. Finally.
Thank God. Yeah, they should hire Kenny Atkinson.
They should indeed hire Kenny Atkinson.
That's a team that should be competing for that 8th seed in the East. To be honest, they should be, because that's how weak the East is. They should be.
The Bulls suck. The bottom of the East is just so atrocious that it upsets me just to talk about them. Let's go back to the current teams involved. So we were talking a little bit about the Heat. Like, what is the most realistic? Because at this point, it's a fucking disaster of like who we're going for. What's the totem pole as far as who we're trying to sign in 21 or whatever the fuck? Who's the other superstar? What is it? Giannis is number 1.
Guys. There's 4 guys.
Giannis, Bradley Beal, Oladipo, and who else?
Mitchell.
Mitchell before Beal or after Beal?
Mitchell's after Beal.
So Oladipo's last option. We all know this. The poor guy, he can't wait to get here.
We don't want him, but he wants us. That's a fact. Because he flirts with us like crazy.
Giannis, I think we're gonna not strike out, but I think he's ultimately gonna not come. And for part of the reason is what I told you.
I agree. I think
if we beat him, I think it's too much for him. I've been creaming my spinach over Bradley Beal for a very long time now, but the Wizards are a bunch of fucking cucks, and I don't think they're ever gonna let him go. And he signed the extension, so we had to trade for him.
That's the thing.
And I'm not giving them a fucking haul for Bradley Beal. Or maybe I am. I don't know.
100% want.
You're not taking McBride. Anyone but McBride.
They would 100% want Hero, Robinson, and Nunn, right? All 3.
No, absolutely.
They would though, right?
No, they would, but they're not gonna fucking get it. No.
Okay.
You know who?
That trade is not getting done unless all 3 of them are in it.
I was never.
And I agree. I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up all 3 of them.
This is an internal battle that I'm having with myself. I don't know if I want to. I was like Donovan Mitchell for a little bit. Sometimes I feel like he's overrated, and sometimes he's fucking disgusting. And it's like, who is the real Donovan Mitchell?
These playoffs
have been insane.
That guy, you want to talk about like
putting?
I know the comparisons to Wade, but holy shit, tell me this does not look like young Wade. Like it's literally a spitting image of Wade.
I think that's why I've come around to it, where I'm like, I think the main target should be Mitchell. And then I start feeling bad for the Jazz, because it's another instance of them growing someone and losing them just like they did with Gordon Hayward. But again, fuck the Jazz and fuck Utah. So,
yeah.
Fuck. This was a little closer. See, I wouldn't do it for Beal. I'm not sure why I wouldn't do it for Beal. But I'd be inclined to let go of all three for Donovan Mitchell.
No.
He's younger, though.
Fuck
and
no.
he's like Wade's clone.
How old do you think Beal is?
Older than Mitchell?
Tell me how old Beal is. Because you're going to be wrong. I want you to know.
I think Beal went to college for 1 year. He went to Florida. I'm assuming he entered the league at 19. If he's coming up on that contract extension, I think he just signed it. He has to be 20. He's my age. He's 26.
27.
I was close. And Donovan Mitchell's like 24, right? 23?
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell is
23.
Hold on. 23. About to turn 24 in 2 weeks.
That's a good chunk. Good chunk of years there. And here's the thing. So Beal is already on the 8th year, right? So he's already on the second. He's already on his first big contract. This one, the 8th one.
Okay.
Donovan Mitchell is finishing up his 4th year, I think, now. So if he rides out, because him riding out would be him saying, I don't want to extend with the Jazz, which is the big money that everyone always takes. But it's not the real big contract. That's after year 8. So essentially, you would be getting a little bit more upside and cheaper if Donovan Mitchell ends up finagling his way out of Utah after.
That's the thing. He would have to force his way out. That's where all of this starts. He would literally have to say, "Hey, I don't want to be here. Rudy's a bitch. Me and him don't get along. I want to go to Miami. That's where I want to go. So figure it out." That's literally what would have to happen.
He's literally like these playoffs, like you said, 06 Wade, like is it identical?
Yeah. It literally looks
fucking,
just like Wade.
The dunk from the other day that Wade put up on his story.
Everything.
It's like,
except he can shoot. That's the only difference.
And it's funny because I remember when Oladipo was coming out of college, that was his main comparison. They're like, oh, Oladipo, his upside is Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
Has he lived up to that potential? Absolutely not. He's good. No. But I think at this point, Oladipo is definitely the last option. And even then, I'm like, what do you do with Oladipo? That makes our lineup so weird. Because then it's like, okay, Robinson and Hero, assuming you're able to keep both of them, probably not. Well, actually, no, you might be able to.
Yeah, I don't think the Pacers get much from us for Oladipo, to be honest.
I mean, if it's none in the first-round pick, that's highway robbery.
Oh, 100%. But no, it won't be that either. But it'll be someone else. Like, we may have to give up KZ. Apparently, they really like KZ, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, I heard rumors that they might have even taken him where they drafted Hero instead. Yeah. So, I think you told me that they had two people on their board, and that's it for them.
That's it. They didn't have anyone else. So, if Hero was gone, they were going to take KZ at 13.
They took him over Bol.
By the way, we're talking all of this, and this all. If Tyler Hero comes out next year, by the way, I think Tyler Hero is in the starting lineup starting next year. He's going to be a starter. There's no way that he's not. I don't see how the fuck he's not.
So what does he play, point guard?
Point guard, shooting guard.
Or he starts starts at like de facto point guard, one of them? Okay.
Yeah. I think he 100% starts. If Tyler Hero comes out and drops like, I don't know, 18, 19 next year, it doesn't even matter. We have our other star already. Like he's just going to get better.
I don't know if the timeline adds up there, though. I think I'm going to have to disagree with you there. Jimmy's already too old, I think, to let Tyler develop into the tier of star that we need. Because Jimmy's 30, 31?
Maybe.
And then you're telling me we're going to wait. Okay, let's say Tyler does average 18, but 18 is not going to cut it. I need, superstar tier, we're talking like... We're talking Bradley Beal, Donovan Mitchell. I get it.
I actually mean star. You get me? But I
get it.
If he like drastically improves, I mean, guy, series, wow, like the bubble completely, like overall, he's been on another level.
I don't know if the timeline adds up, like, because then it comes to a point where, like, all right, Hero's a fucking star that he was meant to be. He's averaging 25, and you're already talking about like a 34-year-old Jimmy Butler on his last legs. It's like, yeah, we kind of missed our gap here. Versus, I don't want it to happen either because I think Hero's awesome. But if it came to the point where it's like, all right, Hero for Donovan Mitchell, fucking do it. Because Donovan Mitchell's already peaking. And you're going to give Jimmy his best chance at the next 3-4 years to get a chip with Mitchell. and the chance is slightly lower with Hero, even though he might develop to be just as good. And so it all depends on your timeline. Sometimes the timeline just doesn't add up. That's my only concern there. If you can find a way to keep... You know what the most difficult thing about this team is? It's like, who are you more willing to give up, Hero or Duncan?
I don't want to give up Duncan.
On this. I flip-flop on this all the time because sometimes I'm like, Duncan's a lights-out shooter. And then sometimes he disappears and Hero's lighting it up, and it's like, well...
Man, Duncan has disappeared like a handful of times, bro. Duncan's the best shooter in the league. I don't care. He is.
The great part is we still have him under contract for, I think, 2 more years at his like very shitty clip.
Yeah.
But then someone's going to max him out.
He's getting... I honestly think if he keeps it up at this pace, he's getting max. Especially now that he's figured out, oh, shit, everyone's just going to fucking play up on me. As soon as I catch it, I'm just going to pump fake and drive to the hole, which he's getting good at.
Yep.
So if he becomes like Clay, Jesus Christ.
Does he have Clay upside? Maybe.
No, I don't think
he doesn't have the defensive chops.
Exactly, yeah.
Because he gets cooked.
But he's not bad, man. He's not bad. He gets
the poor lad gives it the good old college try.
They call a lot of bullshit fouls on him, man, just because he's the flimsy white guy that can shoot. You get me? Like yeah.
Tyler Hero doesn't get those calls because he listens to Gunna. That's the rumor that I heard.
Huh. Maybe.
That's just what I heard. He gets a different sort of treatment. Gunna and G Herbo.
I don't know, man. The Heat are in the interesting position. We could go so many ways. I think regardless, we can't doubt Pat, and I have faith that he's gonna make the right move to put us in position to win.
I think so.
I mean,
the Heat are in a fantastic position compared to teams like, I don't know, the 76ers.
I mean, man, think of where we were.
Like that.
Think of where we were 2 years ago, man.
We're fucked, is what we were.
Wait, I was saying that we should tank because I thought that was the only way out from being stuck in the middle of the fucking league. And look,
you've always been a little bit more pessimistic than I was. I was always more on the karma of basketball. Yeah. And karma of basketball landed us Bam Adebayo and landed us Tyler Hero. Exactly. It landed us Duncan Robinson. There's been a lot of people that we've picked up in those like gap. Josh Richardson was a great player for us.
Yeah.
Which we eventually used to get Jimmy Butler. So I think karma has worked in our favor. The people that we have gotten have ended up being they've outplayed their draft position, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I think so far, all of them.
Oh,
even
for
fucking
sure.
Kendrick Nunn. I mean, which we didn't draft.
Yeah, undrafted. So I don't know, man. We're in a good spot. Like, we don't even have to look so far ahead. I honestly think there's a decent chance we can make the finals this year. There is. We're a lot of dark horse picks. Like national media has a lot of people have us as their dark horse pick, and it's just we do shit right, man. We're good defensively, and we fucking move the ball and we shoot threes like crazy.
I think if we let's say we beat Milwaukee, which I think will be tough, but I think the real dogfight or the real test, I'm not even beating the Celtics is going to be difficult.
That's the team I'm scared of.
Because I don't think that we match up that well with them per se. No. I think, and they got the fucking perimeter defenders. It's not like Bam isn't Shaquille O'Neal. Bam doesn't abuse people on the low block, so you can have someone random like Enes Kanter.
He's not that good offensively yet.
You can have someone like Enes Kanter or Daniel Tice, and it's like they cancel each other. Not cancel each other out. Bam is a monster, but it won't have the series-changing impact that you would expect from a team that doesn't have a center.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, you have, Gordon Hayward's hurt, but Kemba Walker, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum.
Then, assuming that we make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and they're there also, he'll be.
I think they're going to be a fucking problem.
They are, and that team is going to be a problem for for a while. They're going to be a problem for a while. They literally just need one more piece, and that team's going to be cracked.
That's what I was telling you. That I was like, I think I'm a little bit more afraid, or like I would be more concerned with playing the Celtics than I would playing the Bucks. If you told me we were playing the Celtics in the second round, I'd be kind of scared.
Oh, now I'd
be like, fuck, I don't know if we're gonna get out of this.
I don't know if I would pick us, to be honest.
I was like, shit, I don't know.
We both agree that Tatum's the best player on that team now, right?
I was actually thinking about this the other day, and I was like,
I was talking to Alan about this, and we both agree that he's better than Kemba.
Consensus: Jason Tatum is better than Kemba. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like everyone agrees to this. No,
and especially now that he plays defense. No, I just want to be sure. Now that he plays
Yeah.
some sort of defense, and he's pretty fucking good defensively now. So
No, I would definitely.
I mean,
say
him and
that.
Jaylen Brown, baby. I know PG's not doing too hot right now, but baby PG and baby Kawhi, that's what they are.
Pandemic P. I think that's a good segue. Ugh.
That guy. Wow. I mean,
I saw something interesting the other day. Someone said, "If you're Kawhi, do you trade Paul George for Pascal Siakam?" No, man. Come on, you don't do that.
At this moment in
Paul
time,
George
Pascal's
is still better
better
than him.
No, but at this moment in time, I'm talking about right now, today, August, whatever the fuck, at 5:48.
No.
Right now, Pascal Siakam is better than Paul George. This Paul George is ass. He can't buy a bucket.
Paul George is really good.
Yeah, he can't buy a bucket. He can't do shit right now. I know this. That's why I thought
we were over this. I thought we were over.
This was a guy that finished third in MVP voting last year, and now he's ass. I don't understand. Is he hurt? Are his shoulders bothering him?
Oh, fuck off!
He's had ice on the shoulders the last 2 games.
He always does it. It's like the shit that everyone does. Is like, oh, I played poorly because I fucking broke my hand. Shut the fuck up. I thought we were over the whole Paul George struggling in the playoffs thing.
I guess not.
Because it was like we're playing in August. He usually heats up around this time. He came into the bubble firing. And what the fuck happened now? Are the Mavericks the best defensive team in the league? I fucking doubt it.
Of course not.
Even worse than that is that they're both getting cooked. Him and arguably the best defender in the league, Kawhi, they're both getting torched. Both of them.
Guy, Kawhi's
no excuse.
Let's just get into it then. Luka is literally outplaying the reigning Finals MVP and arguably what a lot of people consider the best player in the league.
Yep.
Kawhi's getting outplayed. And that's saying something because Kawhi's playing really fucking good this series. I think he's averaging like 34 for the series or something. He's playing really fucking good. And Luka's doing better.
Let's add to this. On one leg, because he almost shattered his ankle.
On one leg, yes.
And without Porzingis, who Porzingis was tearing them up too. Porzingis was shitting on them. What happened to him, by the way? I didn't even know. When the fuck did he get hurt?
He's had this problem for a while now. His knees, they like randomly get sore. It's not even the one that he tore the ACL. It's the other one.
Fucking A. But Porzingis, I think the game that he did play, he had like 30-something points. And in the bubble, he was lighting teams up too. So let me tell you, they're in danger.
They are. They
could lose.
The Mavs should be up 3-1.
I think Porzingis doesn't go out that first game, they win.
Yeah. They should be up 3-1.
I want to see Kawhi and Paul George get as much shit as most other superstars get for underachieving. If
it
they
would
lose
never
in this
happen.
First round.
It would never happen. Their name's not LeBron.
The fucking hell would freeze over if LeBron was getting outplayed in the first round by a rookie, or not a rookie, by a young guy like this right now. And they're getting
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Cooked
is
Lou Williams had 30-something points the other day, and Paul George is like 2 for 18.
And what pisses me off, it's like, oh, Patrick Beverly hasn't been playing. Montrezl Harrell is just coming back.
Fuck off.
Guy, I don't give a fuck. You guys were the best defensive team in the league the whole year. And now you're getting torched by Luka the fucking Don.
That shot he hit on Sunday was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
Bro, I lost my shit.
That was shades of a Ray Allen bang game 6. As far as, things that I've personally witnessed that have been like super fucking crazy. The Damian Lillard shot over the Rockets years ago. The Damian Lillard shot over Paul George last year. Like, fuck, man. And we kind of, I don't know if he glazed over. Damian Lillard was lighting it up until he got hurt as well. There's been so much good basketball in this bubble. Like, just the other day. I
didn't expect it.
Donnie dropped 50 and Jamal Murray dropped 50. And Jamal Murray had dropped 40-something the game before, like 2 games before.
Game 1, Donovan dropped 57.
Fucking insane.
Fucking wild.
But let's quickly discuss how poorly the Denver Nuggets have come. They have no business being down. Were they down 3-1?
Yeah, the Jazz should not be in that series, man.
Like no, it's 2-2.
No, it's 3-1.
It's 3-1?
Yeah, Utah's up 3-1. I'm almost sure. I'm pretty sure.
I think Denver won this last game.
No.
I'm confused now.
I'm looking it up, but I'm pretty sure they lost.
I think it's 2-2.
I don't think so.
It's all a blur at this point.
No, Utah leads 3-1. They can close it out today.
Okay, so Denver lost the other 50-point game to Jamal Murray. I didn't even fucking remember.
Yeah.
Denver has looked atrocious.
I mean,
and I think I told you before the series even started, I was like, they're gonna mop the floor with them because Utah looked terrible.
I thought Denver was gonna win in like 5.
Utah looked like shit in the bubble. And Denver's coming into the bubble like all shots firing. Michael Porter Jr. is a god. Jokic and Jamal Murray's coming back and all this nonsense, and then they get into the fucking playoffs and they're getting punched in the mouth by a Utah team, missing Mike Conley and with the fucking French pogo stick at center. That's it. That's all they have.
What was it?
Bogdan is hurt.
Game 2, I think Rudy had like 20 and 11 at halftime.
He was killing.
How do you let that happen? You can't let that happen. You can't let Rudy fucking Gobert look like prime Shaq.
Jokic is another one that doesn't get enough shit for the kind of caliber player he is, but he's been terrible.
He's the best center in the league.
Apparently not.
He's the best center in the league. He's supposed to be, right? In my opinion, he is. In my opinion, he is, but apparently not. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened to this team. Michael Porter Jr. is a deer in headlights on defense.
Oh yeah, he sucks.
Holy shit! It's like he's practically unplayable. Just sit that guy down.
I mean, Jokic isn't any better on defense.
And I don't want to hear the shit that they don't have Barg and they don't have this guy. It doesn't fucking matter. Utah should not be in this series. Well, it should have been over in 5.
There's an argument to be made that Gary Harris and Will Barton would not allow Donovan Mitchell to go off for 50 points every game. And I don't care.
Gary Harris hasn't been good in like 2 years, bro.
He can still play defense. He can't shoot. I get it.
Yeah, whatever.
I get it.
I have no faith in that guy. I don't understand it, man. I'm like it frustrates me because Denver's a good team, man. They should not be losing to this Jazz team. It shouldn't be happening.
You know the problem is, I feel like Denver has been cursed ever since they got rid of the light blue uniforms. You know how I feel about these kind of things. Yeah. I don't know who the fuck thought it was a good idea to put like navy blue and like red lettering. Uniform sucks.
Yeah.
What is that shit?
It's kind of ass.
It's ass. But I think they've been playing with the black rainbow one, which isn't terrible. I'm still not a fan.
That one. I like that one. Not bad.
I need the powder blue Carmelo Anthony Denver Nuggets with the fucking fluorescent yellow.
Are teams allowed to wear the throwbacks in the playoffs? I need the Jazz to pull those out.
I don't think so. The purple ones?
Oh, yeah. That would be stupid hard. They should let them.
The Jazz also have one of the best alternate uniforms in the league with those fucking orange gradient ones. Those are beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Very fucking nice.
And they wear those.
So. Yeah. Very fucking nice.
I don't know. Denver sucks.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say.
Well, it's that what happens from here? Like, I don't see what do they do to get better?
I think Denver's fine. I mean, not that okay. Denver sucks, as in they're playing really bad right now for some reason. But I think in like going forward, they're still in a good position because going forward, Michael Porter Jr. was irrelevant all season long. He was barely playing.
Okay, and
then he popped off in the bubble, so he's gonna get better.
The only way I can see Denver ever like going deep, like Western Conference Finals championship type shit, is if Michael Porter Jr. becomes that guy. And I feel like you're putting too much stock into one guy at that point. You're literally hoping for Michael Porter Jr. to become a star.
You're just hoping that star is already homegrown, but it doesn't mean you can't flip Porter for someone else. Someone's willing to take a chance. But a lot of people think...
But stars don't become available like that, dog.
I get it. A lot of people think that Porter is going to be that guy. I think he has the tools to do it. I think he probably will, to be honest. And then people cream their spinach over Bol, which everyone knew he wasn't really going to get any significant playing time in the playoffs. But that's another guy that if he develops like for real, he's good, you think, right?
Yeah.
They have pieces in place. One... You flip out because Gary Harris, I think, is making a good chunk of money. You flip Gary Harris off for someone competent.
Pretty good for sure.
You tell me right now that if you somehow flip Gary Harris and God knows what else to the Wizards for Bradley Beal, that team isn't fucking
literally gross. Holy shit. That's literally like I thought about it for a second. I was like, what about Gary Harris and Michael Porter Jr. for Beal?
Bradley Beal's disgusting, and you pair
that would be nice.
Jamal Murray, Bradley Beal, and Jokic, and a handful of fucking role players here and there.
I like their chances. Yeah.
Yeah. And you automatically get rid of the stress of whether or not Jamal Murray is going to actually play. Not play. Whether Jamal Murray is going to be Jamal Murray.
Man. Yeah, he's so consistent. Exactly.
So that automatically, it's like, all right, Jamal Murray's not hitting his shots. Bradley Beal is going to have to take over.
Yeah.
But if not, Jamal Murray's dropping 50. So
Yeah,
I think they're good. I think they'll be fine.
they're fine.
They're just
They're
playing
right.
like shit. I don't know. They're playing bad.
We gotta talk about the Lakers.
Ugh,
We have to.
another dog shit team.
Man, I don't like to doubt LeBron, but wow,
I don't think this roster is gonna do it.
those first games, it's not okay. Yeah, the roster is bad, but himself, he recently just went off. I know, but before that, you can just tell, dog, he wasn't playoff LeBron. You can just tell. Like me and Alan were watching the game together, and like literally, you just stare at LeBron, and it's like, LeBron, what are you doing? Like old LeBron, like there was times where he could have had like a pin. It's like old LeBron is pinning the shit out of that. That's a chase down block all day. And then it's like other times where it's like he's just there on offense, like not doing anything. And it's like, I don't know, it's weird. Like what are you doing? Like it felt weird. And then finally yesterday he had a fucking game and it looked like playoff LeBron. And I was like, there you go. Like this is the fucking Blazers. They have no one that can guard you. Go off.
The Blazers are especially fucked now because I think Damian Lillard's out for this
Yeah,
next game.
Yeah, he's out.
But aside from that, it pains me to say this because I've been on the Lakers hype train all along. I've been ignoring their lack of depth. I've been ignoring their weird lineups. I've been ignoring the fact that Anthony Davis needs to stop being a bitch and play center. But
that's the main thing for me.
I can't see that team winning. I don't know because yesterday then they fucking light it up and they looked unstoppable. So I don't get it. Who are the real Lakers? The team is not good. The team is not built properly.
I don't see how that.
It's a random collection of trash, of random guys that don't fit in anywhere, and they're like, oh fuck it, here, come play for the Lakers. Yeah. And that's supposed to be a championship team in fucking 6 months in the middle of a pandemic.
I literally don't feel it. Like I watched them play. I'm like, this doesn't look like a team that's gonna win the chip to me. Like it doesn't. Like even with Paul George playing how he's playing, if they met in a fucking series, I would probably pick the Clippers just because they're better defensively.
I was gonna ask you that, but before I got to that, I was gonna say so. If we had to pick Mavericks Clippers, you still think the Clippers take it? Series wise, I say yes.
Yeah, I like tonight. I think the Clippers are gonna win. I don't think Luka could do it back to back like that. No Porzy again.
No.
It's gonna be hard.
I would say like Clippers like 6 or 7, right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't. Who the fuck would the Clippers play in the second round? The winner of the Rockets OKC series, correct?
No. The Lakers play Rockets. Whoever wins between Rockets OKC.
So they would play the winner of Utah Denver.
I think
Rockets OKC is the 4-5. Utah Denver is the 3-6. The Lakers are the 1 seed, so they played the 4-5. Yeah. So Clippers playing, let's say Utah.
They're gonna smash them. They should at least.
Well, we thought Denver was gonna smash them. So
that should be five games, and I'll give one just because Donovan Mitchell goes off.
Sure. Are we entirely? I can't believe I'm saying this. Are we entirely sure that the Rockets can't beat the Lakers? Well, let me shut the fuck up because the Rockets are in a dogfight. It's 2-2 right now.
It is
without Westbrook.
It is. But I think ultimately they end up winning that series. That defense, I don't understand it. How is that defense so good?
Well, apparently OKC figured it out. They're not. They can't. Size doesn't give them problems, but speed does. And then OKC started using that patented like 3-guard lineup.
3-guard lineup,
crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, and they've been tearing them up. Dennis Schroeder is averaging like 35 points.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're getting crapped on right now, but ultimately, I do think the Rockets win, but the Rockets have proved me wrong. At least they're far more. What the fuck was that? Formidable than I thought they would be. So I'm not.
I hate watching them play. By the way.
Oh fuck, watching them play. I don't give a shit either. But I don't know if the Lakers, because Anthony Davis isn't like before. We'd be like, oh, there's no one that can stop Anthony Davis. Apparently, it doesn't matter. The Rockets still find a way to win these games, but maybe Anthony Davis is too much of a beast for them.
He might be. That's the thing, though. The Lakers' best lineup is AD at the 5, and he needs to get over. He needs to get over the shit about not playing the 5. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't understand.
Do you want to win? Do you want to win or you don't?
I don't know where his trauma came from. Well, apparently he's not even entirely sure he wants to stay in. He doesn't want to.
Right.
He's like super non-committal about staying with the Lakers. What kind of shit is that, man? They traded half their team for you, man. That would suck. Anthony Davis to the Lakers? No, I mean to the Heat.
To the Heat? I'm not against it.
Yeah,
I mean, Bam. Oof.
Oh, he doesn't have to. No, he has to play center.
No, I mean.
Well,
he wouldn't have to.
Technically, no.
He would have to. I mean, Spo got LeBron to play defense. He can make AD play center, right? I would hope.
Enough with the pipe dreams. Ultimately, I still believe it's gonna be Lakers Clippers, but I don't like either one of them. I think whoever comes out the East probably smacks them.
Yeah, I don't see.
Except unless it's us, I don't think we can pull that off. If we manage to catch enough fire to get all the way to the finals,
I think we can. It would be so hard. I think we could beat the Lakers. I don't know about the Clippers.
I don't think we could beat
Kawhi would mob us, I think.
I don't think. I think they're most formidable opponents. I firmly believe this. If the Clippers, if the Bucks or the Celtics make it to the NBA Finals, I think they have a more than 50-50 chance to beat either one of those teams. So I think they might be better, or they're playing better at least, unless Paul George magically gets his shot back.
That's what this all relies on, and then it also relies on if LeBron is finally alive and he's finally like, you know what, I'm just gonna take this shit over.
I still don't like their bench, man.
You know what I think and he said it. The whole not playing with fans thing is actually affecting him.
It could.
He said that it's weird. When was the last time you think LeBron played without fans? When he was like 14, maybe?
I mean, yeah, he's accustomed to that shit. I mean, he was very adamant. That's fine. He was very adamant about, like, you know, when the pandemic first started, he's like, oh, if the fans aren't there, I'm not going to play. I think he firmly believed that. And then he's like, oh, I kind of have to shut the fuck up and get over it.
I think it's actually affecting him. And maybe he's finally starting to get over it. I don't know.
The man likes to put on a good show. I get
Especially on the road. That's his favorite, apparently.
I get it. I love me a good show. But
I'm with you though. I don't see that team winning a chip. Like I look at them, I'm like, this isn't a championship team.
At all.
I honestly don't feel that way about anyone right now.
I would say more so the Clippers. The Clippers have a hell of a roster. The Celtics have a hell of a roster. And the Bucks, you could argue, have a hell of a roster as well.
And this isn't just because they were the three teams that swept or anything. But the three teams that look like championship teams are the Heat, the Celtics, and the Raptors.
That's super disrespectful on my part, how I completely forgot that the Celtics have to beat the Raptors to get to the finals. I think that series goes 7.
That's going 7. No, 100% that's going 7. The Raptors are so good, man. Nick Nurse is such a good coach. It's crazy.
Raptors Heat in the finals. Do we win?
That's tough.
Probably not. For some reason, they play us ridiculously well.
That's tough.
They've been terrorizing us for years.
I'm more scared of the Celtics, but the Raptors is still a tough matchup.
I'm so sorry. That was just like I completely forgot that they were still in it. But just to put a bow on the playoffs, and I think after that, we'll talk a little bit of football. The bubble has worked marvelously. Mm-hmm. I know that we weren't around when it first started up, but wow, the fucking seeding games were awesome. The whole thing with the Suns was fucking awesome. Damian Lillard. There's been so many amazing performances, 50-point games, 40-point games, game winners. Shit has been insane. The NBA has solidified their fucking crown as the best sports league in the world. They did a fantastic job with the bubble, and it's still going. And the NBA finals are probably going to be amazing, and the rest of the playoffs for that matter. But kudos to the boys. And now to a league that is not so good.
Oh, man.
So I don't even know if we're going to get really that into this. I just want to touch on it because I feel weird. And I mentioned it to you before we even started recording anything today. And I was like, you know what's weird? Like, I'm not excited for football season at all. And I don't understand why. And it brings a little bit of sadness to my heart because I'm always super hyped for football season. And I think I've discovered what it is.
You have no faith in the NFL? Yeah, because I don't.
Well, that's because you're a pessimistic bastard. But my issue with the NFL is a little different. I think it's literally because basketball is still going on. And
yeah, for sure.
my thing with the NFL is always like basketball's been gone for like 3-4 months, and I'm itching. I need something else.
They're
right?
the rebound.
They're the fucking rebound, and I think that's what it is. I think the NFL has always been my side bitch, and now I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted of the heart
You're right.
because my main girl is still out here and thriving.
Yeah.
And now my side bitch is trying to creep back into the picture. And I'm like, bitch, hold on. I have more important things to worry about.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think that's why, like, I don't find myself excited. Even, like, at one point, I didn't think the league was going to work at all. I've become a little bit more optimistic after baseball kind of figured it out, just a teensy bit. And no one's reporting positive tests in the NFL right now. They're kind of like they're okay in that aspect.
They just had that whole false.
That was the whole thing.
Yeah,
that was the whole thing. But it was.
You know what that goes to? You know what that goes to show me that no matter what, they're gonna figure out a way to play. That whole false positive or false negative, whatever
so
the
you
fuck
think all
it
those
was.
people were positive?
I don't know. I don't know. Like what happens? Someone pointed this out. I don't fucking remember who. But what happens if Sunday morning before a game, Patrick Mahomes gets one of those false tests?
The league figures out a way to let him play.
Patrick Mahomes is gonna play.
Yeah.
And after the fact, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit!
False
Turns
test?
out he was positive.
Oh, shit.
Fuck!
Now
it was a false. Roster. It was a false negative. Turns out he was positive. We didn't know. Oh no! Like, come on, man. We know they do shady shit all the time. They're gonna figure out a way to play, but that's part of the reason why. Like, for me, I'm not excited because I don't see how it's gonna work. I feel like it's gonna flop.
There's a lot of factors as to why. So there's the whole thing with, like you said, like the whole COVID aspect, like the uncertainty of if we're gonna get a full season, how the season is gonna play out. The integrity of the game is also, I'm real fucking old school and I hate when they start fucking with shit. So if you start telling me like a day before the game, like half the roster can't play, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. And I'm gonna be like, this is horse shit.
That's another thing. We're not hype about fantasy. We have not started doing anything with fantasy. So that's another reason why we're not hype at all. Because fantasy heavily relies on how hype we are for the season. That's a fact.
Yep. And I'm to the point with fantasy where I know I agreed. We got the group chat the other day, and I was like, yeah, fuck it. We usually play for money. Last couple of years, we've been playing for $100, 12 people league. It's a pretty big pot, $1,000 to the winner. Easy peasy. I won last year. I'm not here to brag.
Right.
But
if you just move the microphone, we can see the.
Yeah, it's hold on. And wait.
There. You can see it in the cracks. Right
there.
Yeah.
She's
a trophy.
Right there. But I think that's part of it. It's like they're like, oh, let's do it for $20 or let's do it for fun. I'm like, I don't play fantasy for fun. I play to fucking win. I play to fucking smash my opponents and to talk shit. So if the season is rolling along and people are getting like put on the COVID list, and I'm just gonna be super like,
Like I said,
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Sunday, you have Lamar, you have. I don't fucking know. Let's say somehow you got Lamar and like Christian McCaffrey on your team. Sunday rolls around, they're both on the COVID list. What do you do? That's an L for the week.
That's you take that L in stride, brother, and you keep it moving.
Like, come on.
And I hope that once football actually kicks off, fantasy or not, that I think I'll be able to enjoy it. But I think if the positive tests start rolling in and people start not playing and like shit like that starts happening, I'm gonna get super fucking disappointed, and I'm just gonna be like, fuck this. Like this whole season is just a wash.
No, I'm with you.
And it pains me because I love me football season. I'll sit outside my fucking house and I'll watch Red Zone literally the entire fucking day.
8 hours doing nothing, just watching football.
And this year, and I think the main issue still relies on.
No, I agree. I didn't even consider that. That's 100%.
I think it's still that basketball is still around, and basketball is like the fucking main thing, the main attraction. But we'll see how football turns out. I'm 50-50 on it right now.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
How about them Dolphins?
We're winning it all. It's soon. 5 years.
Okay. Whatever.
5 years. And I think that's it. I don't have anything else.
No. I think that's good. It's a good way to start this shit back off.
Egan 6. Clippers are ass. Lakers are ass. Everyone's ass.
Yeah.
And
And fuck Roger Goodell.
Always fuck Roger Goodell. That's a fact.
There you
Always.
go. And we're done.
Later.